Okay, so thinking about number patterns, this one's pretty easy as well, just like yesterday's lesson. So when you're thinking about number patterns, there are two terms that are important: the rule and the term. So the rule is going to be the thing that you do to each term. So for example, maybe for each term you're going to add 3. And the term is telling you how many objects there are in the pattern. So the term will tell you at what number you're going to start, essentially. So let's say we're going to start at 5. Our term is 5. And we are going to add 3. So if we do that, let's add a new page. We're going to add 3. So we're starting at 5 because that's what the term said it was. The term starts at 5. And for our rule, each number. So 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, and so on. So honestly, the only thing they need to know is each question that has to do with sorts of patterns, excuse me, it's going to give them a rule and a term. So they need to know what to do with those two things. So if the rule is multiply by 2 and the term is 4, that means that we start at 4 and we multiply each term by 2. So we have 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and so on and so forth. So as long as they know what to do after seeing the rule and the term, they're going to be fine. And it's basically just a pattern. As long as they know these two things, they'll be good to go. So I guess there's one more thing. They'll need to know it for their homework, but just occurred to me. On their homework, it's going to ask them to use the rule to write the first 12 numbers in the pattern, and then describe another pattern in the numbers. So, for example, number 2 on their homework. The rule is to subtract 7 and the first term is 95. So, if we write the first 12 terms, we have 95, 88, 81, 74, 67, 60, 53, 46, 39, 32, 25, 18, and then I can keep going, but those are the first 12. And then if we're going to describe another pattern in the numbers, we're going to look at these numbers and see, other than just subtracting 7, what's another pattern that these numbers are following. So for example, these numbers are alternating between odd and even. So that's something that they could write. They could say that the numbers alternate between odd and even. So basically they're just looking at all of the terms that we have discovered and finding another pattern, something else that they can use to describe what these numbers are doing other than what the rule is. So that's basically all for this whole lesson. So it's all pretty simple. I hope that you guys are having a good week. And just a reminder that this is going to be our last lesson before our test on Friday. So this is Wednesday's lesson, and then on Thursday we are going to be reviewing, and Friday is going to be their Chapter 5 test. I'm giving them a study guide today on Wednesday, and then we're going to be doing a lot of different review tomorrow. So any questions, feel free to contact me. Also feel free to send your child to tutoring on Thursday morning at 8:35 if you think they need a little extra help with the content. Okay, have a good night. Bye-bye.